Here we go. So this is just hot off the press from Trent Knees, reposted by Tom Morris. Braden Maynard had a precautionary scan on his foot today. It's the same foot that caused him trouble in the preseason. Collingwood remaining tight-lipped on results. Injury list out tomorrow at 5 p.m. Well, that's thrown a spanner in the works, hasn't it? And that's going to open the door potentially for some VFL players who have been rested. That's something we'll discuss as the injury list comes out tomorrow when we do our predicted 23 as well. It's a shame. We know how Braden Maynard is just so durable and resilient and is willing to push through injuries. Always willing to get himself across the starting line for the betterment of the team. He's had a really good year. Obviously, he's in the contract year, so there's certainly an element there that pushes you to be greater than maybe what you have been in recent times. Braden's always been a walk-in starter for the Pies and is always at the very least defensively sound. This year he's lifted his game back to the years of, I'd say, 2021, 2022 to a certain extent. You've got what's he averaging? 15 touches a game. How many goals? He's kicked 4 or 5 goals from half back. He's kicked 4 goals. The most he's kicked in his career is 6, way back when in 2017, and that's over the course of a whole year. So he could certainly break that. He's in 8 games, he's kicked 4, so it's half a goal a game. He hasn't missed. He's 100% accurate when he has a shot on target. His tackling pressure is always there. Spoils. People in the chat are suggesting TJ and Oleg Markov could be the players we look at to alleviate and reprieve Braden Maynard travelling to Perth. TJ and Oleg Markov were both rested for the VFL, so I mean it's pretty easy to read into that. There are going to be at least 2 changes going into the game against Fremantle, and with this news coming out that precautionary scans is always two interesting words to piece together in the same sentence. I remember last year Darcy Moore went in for scans during the bye week, I believe. It may have been after the Melbourne Demons Kings birthday clash, and he never seemed quite right. The fact that Braden Maynard is battling through his foot injury and still performing to the level that he is, it's just a testament to the man. It just brings us back to the conversation, guys. Like, do we need to just pay up? Do we need to give this man 800, 900K at 5-6 years? I think we've currently got 4 on the table. I think North are offering him 5 for the price that he wants. Is it time with the... Look, we give Bobby Hill his contract last week off the back of probably that Essendon performance and that goal that sort of probably tied it over and got that signature on the dotted line. You'd think with the way Brazzy's performing right now in his contract year, surely you would suggest it might be time to put his pen to paper and just sort that out. The man just bleeds black and white. And if he keeps trending in the direction of the way he's performing this year, I'd be very surprised if Collingwood don't end up offering what he probably deserves. He's just always looked solid for us this year. Just don't like the sound of a precautionary scan on his foot. I'm not at training, unfortunately, so I don't get to see how often he's attending, how much he's participating, how he's managing through it. There's been quite a number of interstate trips recently, so there's not a lot of footage on it. But the no-brainer to me at this point, it seems like, well, with Jeremy Howe being managed, maybe now is a great chance for Brazzy to give Fremantle a miss, as important as he is, and as much as it pains me to say that. I think we need old mate Brazzy to take a rest, have him right for the rest of the year. You don't want him to be hampered like he was all last year. We don't find out till post-season. I think if there's any way we can give his foot a chance to recover, I think now is the time, because you go from playing on Saturday, you take this week off, and then you don't play again until next Saturday. So it's effectively a 14-day break. And then from there, we wouldn't be too far away from the bye. I'll just check the fixture. So Look, we know the coaching team are being very meticulous with the way the fixture is being set up, like the way we are managing players and selecting players, time on ground. All these factors have been carefully considered by the coaching team to ensure that we keep the players out there when we need them the most. Just looking, let's go Collingwood fixture. Okay, so he's played every game to date. He'll miss Fremantle, is my gut feel. He could come back for Adelaide. Yeah. And then you got North versus Collingwood. That would be an interesting spectacle for Braden Maynard. You'd think he plays that game. And then a massive Friday night clash against the Hawks. That's round 12. Round 13 is D's versus Collingwood. And then the bye. So there's not a lot of time for respite besides now. And yeah, there's still a few weeks he'd need to back up to get to the bye round. So what are we saying? Brett Stav says, only caveat to this is that you don't flirt with form. We don't want to see too many changes to mess with the team chemistry. And that's right. Like Braden Maynard, arguably our form defender this year. Do you want to mess with that? But then how do you know, like, what percent is he playing at the moment? His performance suggests he's playing at 100%, but he's probably operating at 70, 80, right? Brendan says, please don't pay overs for Maynard. We need to sign Darcy Cameron. I do say, yeah, let's get Braden Maynard signing the dotted line. But to be honest, I think we asked this question 6 weeks ago. We said, who's priority number one on our list to re-sign? And we said DC number one. We said Braden Maynard number two and Bobby Hill number three. We've now signed Bobby Hill. Braden Maynard and DC remain unsigned out of the three. I think people might be a little bit tentative or reluctant to give DC a big bag because of the recent or previous traumas with the Brody Grundy contract. The difference is, and the bottom line is, Darcy Cameron is a much more versatile ruckman than what Brody Grundy has ever offered to any club. Peter says Maynard is fine, but maybe we rest Pendles instead. I wish we knew. I wish we knew whether Braden Maynard is fine or not. We'll know more tomorrow at 5 p.m. when the injury list comes out, and we'll do the predicted 23.